女人为什么爱花钱？因为我们要买。
Why do women like to spend money? Because we have so many things we need to buy. First, there are beauty and skincare products. Shampoo, conditioner, facial cleanser, lotion, essence, cream, acne treatments, eye cream, face masks, body lotion, shower gel, hand cream, perfume, foundation, BB cream, loose powder, eyeliner, mascara, false eyelashes, blush, highlighter and contour, lipstick, eyebrow pencils, lip balms, sunscreen, and primer. Makeup removers are essential too, including eye and lip makeup removers and facial makeup removers. Every detail cannot be overlooked. Apart from these, we women also need to buy shoulder bags, backpacks, handbags, and cosmetic bags. Clothes are another major expense. From t-shirts, shirts, pants, skirts, dresses, to slim fit, loose fit, casual, ladylike, fresh, and rural styles, there are endless styles to choose from. Every season's new collection always attracts us to buy, ensuring that we are both fashionable and comfortable. Of course, shoes also come in many styles: high heels, mid-heels, flats, canvas shoes, round-toe shoes, pointed shoes, even high-top and low-top shoes. Each pair has its own unique charm. Moreover, there are always one or two new pairs of shoes in our shopping carts because we always think we need the right pair of shoes for every occasion. So, you see, how could we women possibly have any money left?
这女人的通病是看到好看的衣服就想试。
Women have a typical habit. When they see clothes they like, they can't help but try them on. After trying them on, they think they look good and end up buying them. However, after bringing them home, they don't wear them much and often find themselves with clothes they never have the chance to wear. Sometimes they even realize they don't have anything suitable to wear in their wardrobe. There are many reasons why women buy clothes. The newest styles are always the best. When the season changes, women feel the need to buy new clothes. When they see something beautiful, they can't resist buying it, or when they spot a good discount, they feel compelled to get a bargain. Sometimes it's because the item is something others don't have and they want something unique. Other times, it's because they saw someone else wearing it and want to try it themselves. When they lose weight, they feel like rewarding themselves with new clothes. When they get paid, they think it's only natural to go on a shopping spree. Sometimes it's because they feel today is a special day and they want to treat themselves to something new. Shopping also becomes a way of relieving stress when they're feeling down. When an item goes out of style and they see new ones on the shelf, they feel the urge to buy something new. In short, women's reasons for buying clothes are endless, and they just can't stop buying. They end up with many clothes, but rarely have the opportunity to wear them. In contrast, men have a similar habit. Whether they're happy or sad, during holidays or special occasions, or even when friends or relatives visit, they always choose to have a drink. They drink when they're tired, and even when they're alone, they feel the urge to have a drink. In simple terms, women buy, men drink.
男人和女人的消费观是不一样的。
The differences in spending between men and women are really quite obvious. For example, when we women spend 500 yuan on a piece of clothing, men think it's outrageously expensive, yet when they lose 500 yuan while playing cards, they casually say, "It's nothing, I only lost 500 yuan." If a woman spends 200 yuan on a lipstick, they will say, 200 yuan for a lipstick? You really know how to spend. But when they smoke, which costs 30 yuan a pack, they can only make it last 2 days at most. Yet, a lipstick can last for 6 months or even longer. The comparison is self-evident. When a woman spends several hundred yuan on a handbag, men will start complaining, thinking we're really good at spending. But when they spend 1,000 yuan on a skin in a game, they think it's still not enough. We can use a handbag for several years, but how long can a virtual skin last in the game? Would they really want to spend so much on a virtual item? For instance, when a woman buys a set of skincare products worth a few hundred yuan, men will start complaining, saying, "You earn so little, and yet you're wasting it on your face," and complain that we women spend all our money on ourselves. Yet, when they go out with friends for a meal, spending hundreds of yuan, they think it's still not enough. If a woman asks a man to spend 20,000 or 30,000 yuan on a gold bracelet, he will think we're materialistic, comparing and contrasting, and say we don't understand how to manage money. But he himself spends tens of thousands or even 200,000 yuan on a car, never thinking it's an issue, and even hopes that with a 5,000 yuan monthly salary, he can afford a 500,000 yuan Mercedes. So, who's being more realistic here? Who is the real one comparing? Who's actually spending more? When we women spend 20,000 or 30,000 yuan on a gold bracelet, it can serve as an accessory when the family is wealthy, and when times are tough, it can become a backup fund, which could be exchanged for cash in critical moments. But he spends so much money on a car, which only increases maintenance and insurance costs. After a few years, the value of the car depreciates rapidly. The most important thing is that this car is destined to lose its value over time. So really, enough is enough. Everyone is spending money, and our women's expenditures aren't a big issue. Men, stop complaining. Isn't it because you earn so little that you keep complaining about how much we women spend?
我想问一下大家，你们家女人是这样的吗？
Have you ever encountered a situation like this? Is your wife like this too? She's always shopping nonstop, buying things all the time. Look at my wife. How many things did she buy again? I just went on a business trip for a few days, and today, right after I got back, I see a pile of stuff. Why did you buy so many things? Look at all these snacks, they're piled up to the top. This whole cabinet is filled with snacks. Why did you buy more? Just look at how happy she is with her purchases. I'm not absolutely opposed to women buying things. But the problem is she can't finish or use all of it. Look at all these snacks. Can she eat all of it? She bought so much and in the end, it just goes to waste. Things that she can't finish will expire, and then she has to throw them away. Every time she buys a pile of things, no one eats them in the end, it's just wasteful. Brothers, is your wife like this too? Is it the same as my situation? My wife is like this. If it were my own spending, I wouldn't even spend 300 yuan a month. I basically don't spend money on anything except food. My wife, on the other hand, buys things every day, spends non-stop. I've tried to advise her against such spending, but she says, I don't have any other hobbies except shopping, spending is my joy. She also says, don't mind me. Brothers, what do you think I should do in this situation?
能找那种特别爱乱花钱的。什么叫乱花钱？
When looking for a wife, you must avoid women who are particularly fond of spending money recklessly. What does reckless spending mean? Simply put, it refers to spending beyond one's financial capability. I had a friend who was very fond of a woman he met. She had many girlfriends around her, and although none of them earned much, they spent money like it was flowing water, buying this and that, without any sense of restraint in their daily lives. This woman was the same, with an extremely extreme consumer mindset. Over time, this group of women kept changing men constantly. My friend, during those years, earned the most money, and he would buy clothes, watches, cars for this woman, even a diamond. However, when his income suddenly dropped and he couldn't make as much money anymore, the woman chose to leave him. In the end, he had nothing to show for it, completely empty-handed. You need to understand that women who spend recklessly are, first and foremost, very foolish. They often believe that their face and dignity can be built by money. In other words, their face comes at the expense of a man paying for it. Secondly, these women are not only foolish, but also extremely greedy. Their desires are limitless, and they are never satisfied. Once you are unable to meet their needs, they won't hesitate to find another target. Therefore, being with such a woman means there is no real affection involved. A truly good woman knows how to control her desires, not always pursuing a lavish life. She will help you remain humble when you succeed and encourage you when you are struggling, which in turn will help make your family more stable and harmonious. When you have children, she will also instill the correct values in them. In contrast, being with a woman who constantly seeks excessive consumption will only lead to chaos and may even drag down the whole family. Lastly, I want to say that truly wealthy people would never marry such women. On the contrary, it is those men with average financial conditions who would act like simp to support their consumption habits.
什么是不会过日子的女人呢？这个主要是指乱花钱的女人。
What is a woman who doesn't know how to live her life? Simply put, such women usually experience a decline in their quality of life due to not understanding financial management and lacking control over their desires. This is especially true for those who enjoy spending money recklessly. The phenomenon of reckless spending can be seen in several aspects. Firstly, there are frequent buying behaviors. For example, some women buy a bunch of clothes every month. Although each piece of clothing isn't expensive, the clothes they buy are either of poor quality, don't fit well, or after wearing them once, they no longer want to wear them again. Or they wear them a few times and they get ruined. In fact, with the money they spend, they could have chosen classic, high-quality items that not only last longer, but also improve their overall appearance, preventing their wardrobe from becoming a trash heap full of useless things. Secondly, many women love hoarding snacks. They buy a lot of snacks, eat them for a few days, get tired of them, and leave the rest in the house until they expire or spoil, only to throw them away in the end. Snacks are meant to be small pleasures in life, not something to hoard in large quantities. It's better to buy them based on actual needs whenever you feel like it. The third situation is when women impulsively sign up for a gym membership, spending thousands or even tens of thousands of yuan, but after a few days, they lose the motivation to keep going, or they simply have no time for it. In fact, the problem most people face with exercising isn't the lack of a gym, it's the lack of self-discipline. If a person lacks self-discipline, gym memberships and gyms are just tools to waste money. Lastly, there's the issue where the consumption level is severely mismatched with the income. Some women earn only a few thousand yuan a month, yet when shopping, they choose high-end bags, shoes, and even shoes costing over 1,000 yuan. As a result, they end up relying on credit card debt to maintain these unrealistic spending habits. In the end, they not only plunge themselves into debt, but also see their quality of life get worse and worse. In fact, a woman who doesn't know how to manage her finances, unless she's exceptionally beautiful or charming enough to find a wealthy man to pamper her, will find it hard to live a stable life, no matter who she eventually marries.
我经常有看到有些男的真的是很欠揍的。
Women who don't know how to spend money on themselves often end up with no good outcome. The money you save for yourself will eventually be spent by your husband or boyfriend in various ways. They will buy things for others without hesitation, spending money as if it's nothing. Whether it's 10,000 yuan or 20,000 yuan, they feel it's no problem because they think they deserve to spend that much. But when you ask them to spend money on you, you might only get 100 yuan or 200 yuan. They think you're worth that much. So why do they think that way? Because you've set a low price for yourself, and you've never made yourself someone worth cherishing. That's why I often ask my boyfriend to take me abroad to places like France, Germany, Switzerland, to buy things. My purpose is not just for him to spend money on me, but for me to feel the sense of fulfillment from spending money on myself. Many women are always thinking about saving, not willing to spend money on anything, and the money they save, they don't dare to spend it on themselves, always thinking about how to save. But meanwhile, their husbands are spending money like water, buying all kinds of things for other women, not spending a penny on their wives. In the end, this may even lead to marriage problems. So I hope my sisters can see the world outside and feel the joy and satisfaction that comes from spending money on themselves. When a woman dresses herself up beautifully and buys a bag worth 10,000 or 20,000 yuan, she feels more confident. This confidence makes her shine more in the crowd, and it also changes the way she views herself. When she returns to her everyday life, she will realize that she is no longer the woman who used to be overly frugal and wouldn't even pamper herself. She will understand that spending money on herself is actually a form of self-love and self-improvement. I sincerely hope that every woman will understand how important it is to spend money on herself, whether it's to enhance her appearance or her inner self. When you start valuing yourself and improving yourself, the whole world will think you are wonderful. If you don't value or pamper yourself, how can you expect your husband to treat you seriously? It's like a fantasy. If you don't respect yourself, others naturally won't respect you.
都说我们女人是乱花钱。
Men always say that women are wasteful. But is buying clothes wasting money? Is buying gold and silver jewelry wasting money? Is getting a manicure, eyelash extensions, or perming your hair wasting money? Sisters, let me tell you, don't always listen to what others say. Oh, this kind of woman just doesn't know how to live her life. This kind of woman is just a spendthrift. That's not true. No matter what I buy, I believe I'm buying happiness, a spiritual pursuit, psychological satisfaction, and visual beauty. It's the perfect remedy for a tough life. It's also an essential expense for maintaining my mental health. People have different hobbies, but happiness is the same. As long as happiness is on the way, there's hope in life. So don't criticize women who love to buy things. Yes, maybe they do spend a lot and can't save money. But as long as it's within our ability, it's fine to spend it. No one is starving because of it. Moreover, nowadays, women can earn money on their own and are self-sufficient. As long as you're happy, it's fine to spend. When the money is spent, it's just a different way of accompanying you. Do my sisters agree with what I'm saying?
When pursuing a woman, if you notice that she spends money recklessly, blowing through her income every month and never thinking about saving, then I suggest you think carefully before continuing. This type of woman often views her spending habits as a virtue, believing that consumption and enjoying life are ways to showcase her taste and status. You will notice that many women, especially during blind dates, list hobbies like traveling, food, skincare, photography, baking, and exploring shops in their profiles. While these hobbies may seem high class and interesting, in reality, they're a product of societal and commercial influences that have subtly implanted the ideology of immediate gratification in their subconscious. Their views on consumption have been shaped to equate spending money with enjoyment and a high quality of life, which leads many of them to believe that low-value products are actually high-value items once they are marketed and packaged properly. Merchants constantly tell them that diamonds are forever, so they are willing to spend tens of thousands of yuan on what seems like a luxurious diamond, only to find out that its actual value is much less when they try to resell it. They see skincare products being promoted as magic solutions to beauty, and without hesitation, they spend an entire month's salary on them, without considering whether they actually work. Women without an awareness of saving are often irrational and lack the skills to manage their finances. Not only do they think saving money is pointless, but they also view men who are good at saving as stingy or tight-fisted. They believe that youth is for enjoying life, and that there's no meaning in saving for the future, thinking it's better to spend now. These women tend to have strong desires. One day they want to buy a new piece of clothing, the next day a bag, and after that, they may feel the shoes they own don't match the bag, so they'll go out and buy a new pair. They always come up with new reasons and excuses to keep spending without ever stopping. If you meet a woman like this, even if you really like her, I suggest you think carefully. If you pour all your money into this relationship and eventually run out, she will likely leave you. Can you accept a high-spending woman? Feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. Your support is very important to us, and we will continue to provide you with better content. Thank you again for watching, and see you next time.